All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We're going to be looking at how to build your infrastructure for your Synergy business. And there's a tool that is available to you on the Our Synergy Family website. Let me show you where it's located. As you go, again, if you're always looking for something to help you build your Synergy business, the first place that you want to start with is the URL, oursynergyfamily.com. Again, we created this website platform to help people build their Synergy business. And when you come to the homepage, we've added a lot of things to the homepage as we've continued to build out our marketing platforms. And if you scroll down, we've talked about the quick links and how you can find information on the compensation plan and recruiting and Hispanic resources. And we've created specific marketing strategies to help you build your Synergy business, from nitric oxide therapy to athletic performance. I will be adding to the weight management platform. We'll be doing that the last Saturday of September, I think it is, where I'm scheduled to talk to you about the 3 R's to good health, the 3 R's to good health strategy, which is designed to, again, give you a new type of marketing tool. But we haven't really looked at some of the old icons that we created for this platform. And one of them is what's called Your Synergy Family. So if you click on that, it takes you to this page. And your infrastructure, it's all about building your infrastructure for your Synergy business. And basically your infrastructure looks like a funnel, wider at the top and gets narrower as you continue to go down that funnel. And the reason why is because you need to have, if you're going to build a significant Synergy business, there's 2 components to your business. There's the customer side. So how do you acquire customers? And then there's the distributor side. How do you attract distributors to you? And you have to have some type of strategy to begin to attract or acquire people into your Synergy business. And so you need to have some type of thing that you're doing on the top to create interest, to get people into your funnel, and then you got to move them down through your funnel. So there's basically 5 steps to this process. And what I want to do today is I'm going to go through each step, but I'm not going to go into detail. What I want you to understand and see is there's this resource page here that will help you in each step of the process to look at what you actually have in place. And are you missing something? Are you missing something that could be significant to adding to your Synergy business that will help you do a better job acquiring customers or attracting business builders and moving them down through your funnel so that you can eventually end up with what we call loyal customers and dedicated business builders? And so what I want to do today is I want to help you. I want to expose you to this tool and all the resources that are within this tool so that you can see that if there's something that you're missing, there might be a resource here that you can then go and study and then be able to add to your infrastructure to help you significantly improve your Synergy business. So as we go down here, again, step 1 is always about creating awareness and attraction. And we've done some different Saturday presentations on it. And so 2 things. 1, there is a video that you can watch on a Saturday presentation that we talked about this process of being able to create awareness, as well as there's a PDF. So I'm going to just click on the PDF. You can show that even on Zoom, it loads pretty quickly. And you can go down through that and you can begin to see what other people have done, like David Munoz, Hispanic Health Initiative. Judy had done some things with regards to the microbiome research to be able to attract people who are interested in this area. We actually created a tool for that process called the Leaky Gut Survey. I'm all about nitric oxide therapy. I was sharing with Judy on Thursday. We typically meet on Thursdays. I was sharing with Judy, how I was talking to one of my long-term clients, Flaky Wilson. And Flaky Wilson's been with me for about 10 years. And Flaky was asking me he's got some health issues that are going on, wanted to get my opinion on them. And I shared with him what I suspected. But needless to say, it's been 10 years since I first met Flaky Wilson and introduced him to nitric oxide therapy. When I met Flaky Wilson, he was given 30 days to get his life in order because they didn't see him living much longer. And now it's 10 years later. And as I was sharing with Judy, as nitric oxide therapy has helped Flaky Wilson improve his cardiovascular health, there's some things that he was able to do from a medical standpoint to improve his heart health. That when I first met him, there's no way they could have done any of those strategies for two reasons. One, his vascular system couldn't handle the stress. And secondly, the technology wasn't there to do some of the things that they've been able to do. For example, he has one of his arteries was completely occluded, all completely filled with plaque. Now, his heart had created collateral vessels around that area, but collateral vessels don't move blood the same way as what a major artery of the heart does. Well, there's a new technology that they have. Instead of doing bypass surgery, where they go in, cut you open, and then take a vein and bypass that artery with a vein, they now have the ability to go in a small incision up and be able to pull and grasp onto that plaque and actually pull the plaque out of the artery. It's a new technology, and he was able to have that done to him, and that restored that major artery back into his heart. So again, he's had some things from a medical procedure standpoint that has definitely improved his heart health. But if it wasn't for nitric oxide therapy, he would never have been able to be in that position because he wouldn't have been alive to either experience it or be able to see technology increase to the point where it could do some things that really would improve his heart health and his longevity. So it's great. Every time I hear him on the phone, I can hear the strength in his voice. And he's 87 now. And so just, it's just been a pleasure to help people like Flaky Wilson enjoy the benefits of nitric oxide therapy. So it's your mission. What if you don't know what your mission is, then that's the first place that you've got to start. What is your mission, and what is the strategy that you have to get people to know your mission? So we have these tools and resources that are available to you as you go down through this. We also provide you with marketing strategies. So if let's say that you decide you want to do nitric oxide therapy, well, again, we have a video that you can watch, and we also have a PDF that will help you in that process of implementing a marketing strategy to begin to create awareness with the people in your sphere of influence on things that you're doing. And again, these are techniques that you don't have to beat people over the head with, but you can show them what you're doing and create interest in what you're doing to the point where they want to get more information. And that comes to step number 2, which will be there in just a little bit. So we've got, maybe you want to go down the gut health process, because there's a lot more people are understanding the importance of improving your gut health, to improving your immune system, to improving the ability for weight management techniques. So again, there's these tools and resources that are available to you on this page that will, again, help you implement your marketing strategy to create awareness so that you can bring people into the top of your funnel and then begin the process of moving them down through it. We've done multiple Saturday presentations on the art of asking questions. Again, this is a key skill. If you've not taken the time to try and master this area, again, this is one of the most important things that you could learn, because it's the easiest method to find out if a person is interested through the art of asking questions. And then once you've created interest in that process, then it becomes a process of what we call validation, which we'll come to in just a second, which is right here. Step number 2, consideration and convert. How do you validate the different things that you're sharing with people? And again, as you go down through this, you're going to find some different things. And I want to spend a little time here on this key skill, how to harness third-party validation. If you click on that image, it opens you up to a PDF, and it helps you understand the value of third-party validation. Now, if I try and tell someone that I know what I think that they should do, the unfortunate reality is that that person may or may not accept it, because it's like, okay, how did you become an expert in this, Dan? Now, if they know it's in the area of exercise physiology, they might respect it. But again, if you can have a third person provide validation to what you're trying to share with that individual, people will accept the information from a third party many times faster than what they'll accept it from you. Now, if it was someone like, if it was one of Judy's clients and she wanted me to talk to them, then I become that third-party validation for her, and they'll accept that. So it's learning how to use this technique called third-party validation to help move their interest into wanting to take an action to improve their health, because the message that they're hearing, the third-party validation that they're hearing, resonates with them and has authority and helps them understand that this is something that is actually real and can be beneficial to them. So as you go down through here, there's just different aspects that you can use with regards to third-party validation. When we're talking nitric oxide therapy, and notice I don't talk about Pro-Arginine Plus, I talk always about nitric oxide therapy. And I create the interest in nitric oxide therapy because if I do a good job of creating interest in nitric oxide therapy, inevitably, if people want to apply it, they're going to ask me, well, how do I do this? Is there a product? And then I can share why Pro-Arginine Plus is my product of choice and why it should be their product of choice. But again, you validate this information because it's Nobel Prize winning research. You validate this with things like Science Magazine and how important nitric oxide is to that person's health. You validate it by having a copy of Dr. Ignaro's book, No More Heart Disease, where you can use that book and you can say things that you most likely couldn't say on your own, but you can reference to the book, like the cover, how nitric oxide can prevent, even reverse, heart disease and strokes. So how would you like to do that? How would you like to prevent heart disease and strokes? You want to learn how? Well, Dr. Ignaro will help you understand how nitric oxide therapy is a natural way to address those issues. Again, you can go through that book and you can have key pages that you can highlight to that individual so that they can again see, here's a Nobel laureate in medicine who has a book and can help them address their cardiovascular health in a natural way by learning how to harness the power of nitric oxide. And again, there's things that Synergy has created, like this infographic that you could use to help people understand that as they age and they oxidize their plaque, it continues to grow. You've got things that we've created on our Synergy family. When this PDF was done, what you're looking at is what we had. We've added a lot to this website called Our Synergy Family. We've added more videos. I mean, there's some key videos, like a person wants to know, well, why should I use your product? Again, if you don't know how to answer that, you can say, okay, that's a great question. Let me send you a video so that you can understand from a quality assurance standpoint that there's nothing in the industry that even comes close to ProArginine Plus. And I like to send you the video on clinically proven so that you can understand how our product ProArginine Plus is clinically proven where most of the products in the industry are not. So again, you can use videos to provide you with that third-party validation. We've added so many more videos on the nitric oxide therapy page that, again, can specifically address what a person's concerns are. So maybe it is cognitive function for themselves or a loved one or a parent. Well, you can help them understand how nitric oxide therapy addresses cognitive function. Plus, we have some really current updated videos with regards to brain fog and COVID-19 long, where people who've had COVID-19, about 30% of the population have lingering side effects from COVID-19, anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And one of the ones that's most severe is what they call brain fog. And again, we have a video up on our nitric oxide therapy page that specifically addresses how nitric oxide, L-arginine, and the endothelium all help in glucose metabolism in the brain, which then helps to improve cognitive function and addresses that issue of brain fog. So you can find a bunch of different types of videos that, again, will resonate with the individual that you've attracted into your funnel to help them move them down through that funnel from being mildly interested to definitely want to know more on how they can harness the power of nitric oxide to, again, benefit them. And then it's all validation, physician's desk reference. I don't think that we're no longer in the physician's desk reference, but what I do now is I just say, ProArginine Plus for 6 consecutive years was recognized by the medical community as the best L-arginine supplement in the world. So again, it's just a matter of how you package your information to help a person understand the validity of our product from a third-party standpoint. Clinically proven. I love this chart here with regards that Synergy Worldwide provided for us. You can, again, find it on the nitric oxide therapy marketing page, where although they blur out the other products that Synergy was compared to, again, you can use this. You can help your existing clients understand that they still are using the best product that's out there. You can help other people understand that, look, there's over 200 different products. And although this chart doesn't look at all 200, it looks at the major players in nitric oxide therapy. And as you can see from the chart, there are only 2 other products that even come close to ProArginine Plus. All the other products are a half to a third in their ability to create nitric oxide. So when it comes to using the best product out there to harness the value of nitric oxide, ProArginine Plus is still the best of all the supplements that are out in the marketplace. Again, it's you use that as a third-party validator to be able to do it. And then quality assurance. Quality assurance is important for people. They're always going to weigh price versus quality and look at the value that it has to helping them. And so there's 2 things here from, again, third-party validation. There is no one in the industry that does 262 verified quality assurance steps to make sure that their product will give you reproducible results every batch, because every batch is the same due to their quality assurance standards that they've set for this product. And the great thing about it is Synergy has been using this product since 2008. They have a long track record of helping people. They know that the product helps people to the point where they can give a 120-day money-back guarantee on the product. No one does that. Yet Synergy Worldwide does it because they know their product works. So you can get enough of the product to put it to the test And if for some reason it doesn't meet your expectation, you can then return that initial order back for a full refund. Again, there's so many things that are available to you from a third-party standpoint. If you're dealing with an athlete, especially an athlete who's close to either semi-pro or pro, they've got to be careful. Products that they use, because they get drug tested. So they got to make sure that the product that they use doesn't have an ingredient or is processed in a manufacturing way that might cause cross-contamination, causing them to get a banned ingredient into their system, which then causes them problems with regards to drug testing. We're listed on the cologne list for Pro Arts and Plus and E9. So again, it gives that third-party validation to an athlete that they can use these products without fear of worrying about the ingredients causing them a problem in a drug test. So you've got all this information that you have just in this one little PDF to help you understand this third-party validation and how important it is in moving people down through your funnel so that you can, again, get them to making that decision to buy the product or join you in the synergy business. Pricing information. Again, I go through skills of how do you position information in front of people so that you give them a choice that allows them to make the choice that is best for them. So often we just try and give people one choice. But if you properly position information in front of people and give them 2 to 3 choices in terms of what they need to do to help them improve their health, and the third-party validation that you've used has helped them see the value of what you're sharing with them, then they'll go and make the choice that best fits for them. And so again, it's a strategy, it's a skill that you can learn on how to properly position this information so you can help a person be able to make that choice. David Munoz did a great presentation on a Saturday webinar like this, where he talked about the art of persuasion. It was so good that it's also in this PDF. You can watch David's presentation. You can understand how he uses the art of persuasion to help influence a person towards making a positive decision to take charge of their health and do it through Synergy products. Then step number 3, client and engage. Once you've got a person who becomes a customer or a person who becomes a Synergy distributor, you don't just leave them there. You need to engage with them, helping them understand how to properly use the product so that they can get the best results for themselves. We'll talk more about this when I show you again the 3 R's to good health strategy, how important that share the love strategy that we talked about from Mark Comer, and the importance of doing that initial follow-up with people, especially in the beginning, to make sure that they're using the product properly, helping them understand the results that they're getting, whether it's favorable or negative. For example, if maybe they're doing some things from a detox standpoint that's causing them some issues, helping them to understand that they're going through detox, that it's only going to be a 2 to 5 day process, and then they're going to start feeling really better. And if you're calling them on a daily basis and helping them, making sure that they're doing their shake properly, or they're taking their Pro Arts 9 Plus properly, or whatever it might be, it's not a long amount of time that you have to spend on the phone with them, but you're establishing a relationship that is building trust, that you care about them more than just selling them a product. You care about their experience with the product. You're helping to create what Mark Comer talks about, an emotional attachment to the product that is going to serve you well and increase the probability that you're going to get down the road referrals that come to you. Creating cash flow and residual income. If you're talking to a business builder, again, we did a whole Saturday presentation on this, and we've got a great PDF that you can show them where they can begin to see from an economic standpoint. Again, this information is a little bit dated from 2017, but we still are in the same types of issues as what we had before in 2017, where the yearly income was 59,000. Now in 2022, yearly income is most likely closer to 69,000 for the average household family. But the average household family most likely has one main job, and maybe people are working other part-time jobs to make things work. Again, you can help a person see that if they're going to do a part-time job to supplement their full-time income from the employer that they have, maybe a synergy business would make sense. That if you're going to spend 10 hours in a part-time job or 15 hours in a part-time job, what does that translate in terms of yearly income brought into you? And what would happen if you did that same 10 hours a week with regards to your synergy business? And you can help them see the 7 streams of income and how all that stuff can be to their advantage just by looking at customers and how they can just provide and build their synergy business around customers. And their customers, as you can see, if I had 20 customers and I averaged 150 CV a month just with 20 customers, I'd equal or surpass what I was doing on a part-time job. Plus, I now have all my tax write-offs that I didn't have if I had a part-time job. So again, you can show people the benefits of their synergy business by, again, using a resource tool here at your fingertip if you just know where to look for it. We've got all these additional resource tools that we've created from proper sponsoring and placement techniques, so you can help make sure that as you grow the distributor side of your synergy organization, you properly place people within your organization to maximize your potential, as well as to help maximize their potential for creating basic commissions and mega matches. And then step 4, retention and reinforce. How do you keep your clients? Again, we had a Saturday presentation to give you other techniques that you can use, that once you've got customers and distributors, how can you continue to stay engaged with them so that they are long-term customers who become clients? Clients have a different relationship to you. Flaky Wilson is no longer a customer to me. Flaky Wilson is a valued client. I always take his calls. And if I, for some reason, miss it and he goes to voicemail, I always call him back because I always love hearing from Flaky. I can tell as soon as I hear his voice how he's doing. There's been times where his voice was weak. Flaky, what's going on? Well, maybe we need to increase the amount that you're taking on a daily basis. Let's see how that does for you. It's not the money issue. It's the amount of servings that you're taking. Let's up it to, 2 instead of the 1 that you're doing. Let's see if that provides you with better health. And again, doing a follow-up. Flaky, you sound a lot stronger. Yeah, I've been doing the 2, like you talked about. I feel a lot better. That's great. Stay with it. So again, he's a client. He's not just a customer. He's become a client. And I've got other clients that, again, will refer people to me. Creating referrals. We had a whole Saturday presentation on this process of understanding how to create referrals. Now, in nitric oxide therapy, it's a little bit more challenging to create referrals because people will share how great they feel, but people cannot see how great they feel. Whereas if you're doing a weight management strategy, which we'll again talk about when we do the 3 R's to good health strategy, you'll understand that when you begin to reshape a person physically, where they start losing 10 to 15 pounds, people will notice around them. And they'll say, man, you look good. What are you doing? People want to know because they can see that person has physically, from the outside, has reshaped, especially around the waistline, and they want to know what they're doing because they're looking to try and do the same thing. Learning how to, again, harness that in a proper way will bring a lot of referrals into your synergy business. They'll go to the top of your funnel, but the nice thing about a referral is they go to the top of your funnel, but they typically go through your funnel a whole lot faster. So I don't necessarily have to do a third-party validation with them because I already got the third-party validation. Their friend my client that I'm working with has reshaped and lost 10, 15 pounds. I've helped them understand how to properly apply the Synergy Procs so that instead of snacking at night and their body then using the calories from their snack for their energy, if I can help them use crave control so that they don't snack at night, they go to bed, with their last meal being their dinner meal, and maybe their dinner meal was the shake, and then they weren't hungry anyway, so they didn't need to use crave control. They used it during the day. Again, that's all part of your follow-up with people, how to properly implement this into their lifestyle. But if they can go into sleep without the snack, with their last meal being their evening meal, it forces the body to take its calories from the fat stores on that individual. So they will begin to physically reshape overnight because energy is being taken from fat stores instead of their last meal. And when you take energy from fat stores, you start to lessen the amount of fat you have on your frame, and you reshape in a positive way. And people see it. Your client will see it. They'll feel it. They'll feel better. They'll have a better glow, a better presence, and people around them will notice. And again, they become walking third-party testimonials to what you're doing to help them. Other people want it, and they don't care. They've already seen it. They just want to know how to implement it. Referrals always go through your funnel faster than people who are not referred. Again, it's a technique. And then advocacy and duplicate. So how do you help those customers become clients who become advocates for you? How do you help your business builders have success? So in their success, they can share their success with others, and they can become advocates for others to want to join them in the synergy business. Again, you can watch a Saturday presentation. You can look at the PDF. You can use this information to help you in this process of building your infrastructure. And you know your infrastructure better than I do. So you can go down through here and you can take a self-examination, look at your infrastructure, where is the weak points within your infrastructure, and then go and see what tools and resources you have available to you on this page to help you shore up that section in your infrastructure so that you can be better. If it's where you need to start getting people into your funnel, then that's step one, where you need to look at, what am I doing? Do I have a mission statement? How am I communicating that mission statement with people outside in my sphere of influence and outside my sphere of influence, so I can create attraction for people wanting to know how I could help them solve their health issues? Do you know what resource tools that you would use from a third-party validation, that once you understand your marketing strategy, which resource tools will work best to create that third-party validation to move that person down through your funnel? And then how are you going to implement, whether it be weight management or nitric oxide therapy? What are you going to do from a follow-up standpoint to make sure that they're having success? How can you turn that person from a customer to a client? And a client is always more willing to refer someone to you than a customer is, because you've built a relationship with a client and they see the value of what you're doing to help them. they want to share that with others. Sometimes they'll just refer people to you. I've got clients that do that. That's how I get a lot of new customers who then become clients because I treat them the same way. Again, you have to do the self-examination on what you've built for your infrastructure for your synergy business, and then see if there's anything within this synergy, our synergy family website, specifically on this page, that can help you improve your infrastructure for your synergy business. So with that said, do I have any questions from anyone on today's presentation? I've got you muted. You'll have to unmute yourself, and I'll take any questions that you might have. And if we don't have any questions, we'll just have a great day. Anyone?
I don't have any questions, Dan, but thanks for another great webinar. Sure appreciate it.
You're welcome, Bob. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time.
Hello, Dan. It's Donald. I just want to express my thanks as well.
You're welcome, Donald.
Presentation.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Next week, we're going to look at shakes, how to make a really good shake. I had a really great shake this morning. It's all about making sure that you do it consistently the right way. And if you do, that shake, I just never get tired of the taste of that shake every morning. Especially if I make it the right way. Sometimes I don't put enough frozen fruit into it, and it's just not as cold as what it should be. Today, I got it right on target, and it was just great. Look forward to it. Anyways, we'll talk about this next Saturday. Everyone, enjoy your weekend. See you next Saturday. Bye-bye now.